Good morning, Steve here in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, it's Thursday and we'll get some export sales data today to see if the market can trade off that. Overnight prices are a little bit lower. I think that there is a reduced flow of new positions coming into the grain markets. Some people took off positions at recent highs with the longs. The commercials probably short, especially the grain elevators. Farmers have sold more grain to date than usually, both old crop and new crop. And outside markets, we're watching stocks higher, and we've got the crude a little bit higher, testing 115, and we have NATO leaders in Europe to discuss the Ukraine situation. So all that we'll be watching pretty closely as far as markets are concerned. Over in the bean market, it's still waiting to see if China comes in and starts buying U.S. beans. They've supposedly bought somewhere between 5 to 12 Brazilian cargoes for April-May yesterday. The June position and July position, as far as Brazil is concerned, their prices are about 15 cents higher than U.S. And for August, it's about 60 cents higher. So I think the Chinese need to come in and maybe buy some beans for that time slot. We also note that in the corn market, there was rumors that last week Europe may have bought 800,000 tons of corn, specifically Spain, from the U.S. We'll see if that shows up in the export sales. We also are waiting for China to come in and maybe buy some U.S. corn. Of the 6 million tons of Ukraine corn that they may not get shipped to. And in the wheat market yesterday, a very heavy spread trading between moving long positions out of Kansas City and Chicago May to the December. I think people are looking at pricing at nearby wheat prices, pretty much taking into consideration most of the news. U.S. is not yet competitive from an export side, but we do think that if the war continues, maybe that D's contract is too low. As far as South America is concerned, Brazil weather is favorable for the corn crop and for soybean harvest. In Argentina, they did lower their corn and soybean crops a little bit from the USDA numbers and their current numbers. And we'll kind of be watching some of the weather situation. Europe starts planting their corn crop soon with no real major problems. Eastern Europe's dry, but the second week is wet. And we'll also be watching very closely to see if Ukraine can get their spring crops planted. Here in the United States, last night's American model added a little bit of rain into the southern plains mid next week. European model is drier. The European model is also drier for the April 1-2 rain event that could go across the southern plains. Again, our weather guy still contends that after the 1st of April, there'll be a ridge that develops across the southern plains. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day, and remember, always treat people like yourself would like to be treated.